All right, so let's take a look at some of the ways to rig and fish this versatile yet super effective bait. My favorite way to fish it is basically Texas rigged. That is a weight in front of a weedless rigged bait that's free floating and it's allowed to slide. You can modify this with a bait that's pegged in place. It becomes a Florida rig. I like to allow the weight to swing a little bit. It gives me a little bit more versatility, lets me fish around wood and grass and not get hung up quite as much. All right, and since we're talking about weighted presentations, one of the great things about the Texas rig is while you're fishing that, if the bass get active on top or if you pull up into a pocket, you simply clip the line off, throw the weight in your pocket, tie that back on, weightless, nothing but the lure, throw it out there, hold your rod tip up, buzz it on the top, and bass and destroy it. In fact, just two weeks ago in Alabama, I caught an absolute giant that come up and smashed it, reeling it right on the top, man. Bama bucket mouse, baby. Doomsday Turtle, man. It's a bad day to be a bass. The other way to fish it is the way that Eric has been fishing it and caught that big 7-pounder is with a keel weighted hook. This screw lock hook right here from Mustad's a great way to fish it. You basically screw the corkscrew into the nose of the bait. The keel weight on the bottom makes it fall and kind of flutter down, and then you simply text pose that hook where it's nice and skinned inside the plastic. When that bass hits it, they hit it to kill it, they annihilate it, you set the hook, fish on. So those are my two favorite and probably most effective ways to fish it in most conditions. But there's a number of ways to use specific applications to make this bait even more effective. If I'm fishing a hard sandy bottom, if I'm fishing a highly pressured reservoir, I like to fish these a lot like folks fish shaky heads. I use a stand-up jig. That bait falls to the bottom, stands up on its nose, and then you can barely scoot it along, brings those legs to action. You can wiggle the line with your finger without moving your rod tip. It really just makes that bait sit there and quiver, and bass just destroy that. They are annihilating the turtle, baby. The next way to fish it, and probably my favorite way, in fact, this has put Carolina rigging back in my arsenal. I had almost stopped Carolina rigging prior to finding a bait that suspends and hangs in the strike zone after the weight is dropped, like the Doomsday Turtle does. So use a big weight and a rattle to create some noise, drag that along the bottom, hop it and pop it. That Doomsday falls and glides in real slow behind it. The bass grabs it and swims off. As soon as you fill in, you set the hook, fish on. That Carolina rig is a great search bait. It's a great way to get to the bottom quick in deep water. It's a great way to cover a lot of water. It's a great way to keep this bait in a specific area of the strike zone, which is the bottom, but cover a lot of water, be deadly effective, and maintain contact with your lure, especially in that 20-25 foot of water. It's even more important on windy days. Now the bait comes in a lot of different colors. One of the most effective ways to fish it in thick wood, like we're about to fish, is a football jig. And all you do is screw the bait onto the end, stick the hook through the back, skin it, and man, have your hammer cocked when you throw that up into some wood because they're going to smash it. All right, man, let's get back out there, try to catch another pig with these things, or try to catch a pig in my case. Listen, guys, if you're looking for an effective bait, check out the Doomsday Turtle. But get online, share your ideas with us on Facebook. This lure just come out, and we know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, we haven't figured out all the cool ways to fish it. We'd like to hear your ideas as well. Let's go do this.